Hello, everybody. And now we continue our series of video concerning the installation and the functionalities of OnSSET. And before going ahead, we just summarize where we were before. At this point, everybody should have installed OnSSET on your machine, sorry. and your virtual environment where OnSSET is activated, so you can use Python to run OnSSET. Now you need to prepare all the input data or collect all the input data for OnSSET before running it. And the first and most important data set that you need to prepare is the population data. Population data describes basically how many people are living in a certain area of extent, and most of the more accurate data set concerning population data are stored and available in raster format. So you have a series of cells, and you get the information concerning how many people are living in each cell of the grid. OnSSET, unfortunately, doesn't like this format, so require that we prepare the input data for the population in polygon vector form. So in this video, we try to see what we can do to get this data in raster format, transform them in a population cluster, in polygon vectors that are required by OnSSET. So if to do that, you need a GIS software. You can see here, you can find the link. If you don't have a GIS software, you can download the QuantumGIS for free to this link. You don't need to donate, so you can skip and go to download, and you can download the long-term version. This is the latest available version for QuantumGIS. You install QGIS, and then you have your GIS software. The other option, I think that also some of you, even most of you, could have a commercial software called ArcGIS that is kind of the de facto standard for commercial GIS software. So we're going to see how we can use both software to prepare the data that are required by OnSSET. So the first step, let's assume that you download and install QuantumGIS, and you can run QuantumGIS for your machine, and this is how the interface look like. For OnSSET user, there are two plugins for ArcGIS that are available. It could be used to prepare the input data that are required by OnSSET. Okay, so the link are in your document. The first plugin is the plugin that we need today. This is called is the clustering plugin. As you can see here, if you go to the GitHub page of the OnSSET population cluster plugin, there are several versions of this plugin. This is usually not a good sign. It means that they had to upgrade or to modify the plugin because it was not compatible for the different version of QuantumGIS in which the plugin was tested. Is a process-consuming plugin, so you need to be aware that you could encounter some issues in utilizing it, and we try to understand how we can overcome these problems, how we can solve the problem. So if you go to the plugin, you just go to the option 1. That is the plugin that is currently supported, and you download it. Okay, let me move my here. You can see here that you can download the I didn't log in, so let me sign in, or you can download directly here as a raw file. Okay, so you download the zip file and you store it somewhere in your computer, so you can load it directly in Quantum.js. The other plugin that you need to install for Quantum.js is called the let me see how they call it. GEP OnSSET plugin. Okay, so you can find this the link to this plugin here in your documentation. So I can show you where it is. You don't need it immediately, but since you are downloading the plugin for Quantum.js, you can download also this one. Okay, so I show you now how to install this plugin on Quantum.js. If you have your Quantum.js interface here, you see that you have a plugins menu. You go in manage and install plugins. You select installation from zip. You click on the three dots here to browse to your zip file containing plugin. So in this case, I put it here. It's called HRSL clustering. So it was developed for this layer. So you install it, you browse it, you click OK, and then you click on install plugin. It's going to tell you that it's an untrusted source. So it's not going to cause any harm to your computer, as far as we know. So you can click yes, and then the plugin is installed successfully. After the plugin is installed successfully, you can find on your toolbar something like let me see this one. Yes, this kind of, there are two buttons here now with the kind of green plug shape, and this one is the clustering plugin, so the one that we need to create this population cluster. Okay, so what we need to create population cluster, we have our area for interest that could be a country. So the first things that we should do is to define the area and download the shapefile if you don't have it already with the boundaries of your area of extent.